Hi, friends. Nice to be back with you people. This time, I'm going to discuss something about competition. In today's corporate world, competition is something that's been discussed in a big way. A lot of energy, a lot of money, a lot of efforts, a lot of brain thoughts has been put behind in handling the competition. In fact, in any sales review meeting or marketing review meeting, the one important topic that's always discussed is competition. In fact, most of the time is spent on discussing about how to attack the competition or how to thwart the efforts of competition. So thereby, I can be the number one in the market. Now, let's make a sort of a analysis of the situation. Try to understand certain realities. What does this word competition means? Whenever we use the word competition, the result has to be one winner and another loser. That's what called competition. Competition is a word which is allowed only in the sports because sports is designed because in sports people compete with each other. Sports is designed to be like that. Only in sports the word competition is allowed because two teams are competing with each other to win the game. And so there's going to be one loser and one winner. But can we apply this logic in the corporate scenario, industrial scenario? If I have to win, someone has to lose. Is it the right methodology? Does it going to really help? Now, see that each one trying to put their best effort to kill the other person. Because when I say kill, I just remembered during my 25 years of sales career, always I used to hear this one word kill the competition, kill the competition. In our annual sales conferences, in the marketing presentations, we always used to hear that marketing guy making that very energetic, emotional speech, motivating the team members how to kill the competition. What are we going to do or what are we going to achieve by killing somebody? Darwin said the world is for fittest. For survive, you should be the fittest. That's for animals, not for human beings. Human beings are not born here to survive. They are born here to live the life. Animals have to survive because they don't have any such arrangements wherein they can live their arrangement in such a way they have to be fitter to survive in the competitive world or in the threatening environment. But human beings are not meant to live such a life. So what should we really think about here or what should we really do about here? Instead of considering the other company or other industry or other corporate as a competitor, why not I consider them as also a part of the whole business scenario? Because when we really look into it, I alone as the industry cannot manage the demands of the people. It's practically not possible. Assume that a company, an organization has killed all the competitors. Do you think they'll be in a position to meet the demands of the people? It's not possible. So invariably, we need to have a multiple setup which can cater to the needs of the people. Otherwise, the needs and the demand and the production gap will always be there, which will lead to a very unhealthy scenario. The economy will be affected. People will be suffering without getting the products. So now people will start killing each other. It's something like a sort of a drought situation where things are there but not available for the public consumption. So there have to be different setups multiple setups to meet the demands of the consumers, because the consumers are so vast that there can be many more corporates still can do a better job. We don't understand that. We try to play in the same compound where everyone is playing, and then we say that unless that guy is out of the compound, I cannot survive. We use these two words, kill the other person so that I can survive. This is an animal instinct. We human beings are not designed to have this animal instinct. We are here to live and let others live. The world is so big, the demand is so huge that every corporate can literally do their best and get the best from this universe, from this earth. We have to understand this simple philosophy of abundance. Abundance in terms of need is there, which I need to understand. So if every corporate can think like that, yes, the market is so vast. I alone as a player cannot meet the demands of the markets. So there need to be other players also, which is in a way helps the human beings or the consumers who need such products to live a very happy and peaceful life. If I have this positive thinking about the market scenario, about the consumers, then I will not consider my fellow corporate as a competitor. I will consider my fellow corporate as someone who is also in the business of helping the consumer meeting their needs. We need to expand our horizon. The horizon is so wide. We have still not reached even the even 10 to 20% of the size of the horizon. So that's the reason that we feel the other person is my competitor, is eating my business. We talk about market share. Market share is something artificially created. Market share is actually worked out in what the current availability of the market or the current size of the market. That's not the correct way of working the market share. Market share need to be worked out on the potential of the market and how much I am doing. But on the other contrary, all the corporates are looking at the market share on one angle, how much all the companies put together are doing business, and in that business, how much is my share. That's not the right way at all to look into the market share. Market share is the total availability of the market, and in that, how much I am doing. If we start to calculating, then our percentage of market share will be minuscule, and this will wake me up to the reality that, oh, the ground is so big, I didn't see the larger size of the ground. Rather, I was seeing the small arena in the ground and thought that this is where I have to play because others are playing here. And missing the larger part of the ground and looking only into the arena and trying to play there, then automatically now I have to fight with the other people to get my space. And that is where we start using this word called the competition. But in reality, there is nothing like competition, or there is no need to look into competition. In fact, if you see, each corporate setup that comes in motivates the existing corporate to come out with better ideas, which in a way is helping the consumers to get a better product with a better technology, with a better usable. So I need to consider that the fellow corporates as those motivators who generate or fires that hidden potential in me and help me to come out with the best that I can be able to do. So I need to thank the fellow corporates for encouraging me, for bringing out that hidden potential in me and produce a product that is much more useful to the consumers. So there is nothing like competition. It is something that my mindset that talks about, because there are certain wrong terminologies used in the corporate, and that's the reason why it is. One of the wrong terminology, as I just discussed with you, is the market share. And the second wrong terminology is we need to survive in this market. We need to survive in this competing world. Why the thought of survive comes in? I'm not here to survive. My corporate is not here to survive. My corporate is here to service. I'm here to service. Any corporate that thinks that they are here to service the consumer is a corporate that's going to make a big success. Because without the support of the consumer, no corporate can really do a big business. No corporate can be successful. So if I need the support of the consumer, then I need to have one angle of thinking only, that is to service the customer. So when the service comes, the question of survival never arises at all. Because service is the way of life. Survival is for animals, service is for human beings. This is a simple psychological factor that I need to understand. So instead of using the words competition, let us use the word as service. Let us use the competitor. Let us look at the fellow corporates as someone who is joining with me to help the consumer meet their needs. They are in the same game. Like I'm helping the consumer, they are also helping the consumer. The second thing is that let me look at the bigger ground rather than looking at the small arena where people are playing around. So the market share should always be based on the bigger ground rather than the arena where I am playing. The other dangerous part that happens within the corporate is the competitive spirit. We say you should have a competitive spirit. We always get into this comparative mode. We say that if A can do better, if A can do the job, why can't you B do that? So we instigate this competitive atmosphere even within this organization. This leads again to a question of survival of the employees. When the survival thought comes in, then the only way that I can survive is to remove the other person who is an hindrance to my survival. So now if you look the corporate scenario, within the employees also, this competitiveness has taken them to such an extent, they want to destroy the co-worker and survive. So don't create this competitive atmosphere, create the service atmosphere so that the survival thought gets out of their mind and the employees start servicing each other, thereby everybody together enjoys and grows in their life. Let's remove these words like incentive. I'm incentivizing. No, that's not. You're not incentiving. Because the word, when I say incentive, it's not the right word to be used at all. Instead, I can use the word reward. I'm rewarding the performer. Performance is what I want, and performance should not be handled by giving incentives. Incentives are given when you want someone to do something, the target by hook or crook. Incentive is to motivate, I won't even say motivate, to push the people to achieving the target by hook or crook. But rewarding can be only done based on performance. So use the word rewarding in the corporate scenario. This will create a very healthy atmosphere in the corporate. When the performance of a person individual increases, definitely he deserves a reward. And when the performance of an individual increases, the performance of the corporate automatically increases. So instead of focusing on what my fellow corporate is doing, if I can focus on how I can improve the performance of my employee, automatically my business grows in the market. So this not only saves my energy and my money in handling the competition, but it also makes my organization as a healthy organization, because I have created performance in my organization by rewarding for the performance rather than giving incentive for the achiever, because achievement need not require performance. Achievement needs only tactics, tricks, but success needs performance. I want people with successful attitude. I want people with the service attitude. So the organizations should avoid using this word competition. Instead, look at the corporates, the fellow corporates, as someone with the same objective of, like you, servicing the consumers who are in need of your service. Also, within the organization, don't create this competitive atmosphere, rather create that compassionate atmosphere, create that servicing attitude, reward people for their performance, so you have more and more performers, and automatically your organization starts performing very well. So, my dear friends, instead of spending your energy, your money in handling the competition, please use that same money and energy in increasing, improving the performance of your team. Never create a competitive atmosphere inside within the organization. Create a performance oriented attitude within the organization. Never give incentives to the people, but reward those performers. And this is what will help everyone to live their life rather than looking for a survival thing. Thank you very much. Bye bye.